Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Thunderstruck Kickoff 125 Tour Mods in the Thunderstruck Super Series. And boy, am I excited to get this thing back rolling. You know me, I'm Eddie Smith, and this is Rebel Racing Network, and we're glad to be back in Thunderstruck tonight for an awesome night of racing, which I am so glad to be back in this series. I sure did miss it over the last few weeks, but I'll tell you what, I would imagine tonight, Smyrna going to I don't know what's going on there. That's great. I'd imagine new Smyrna is going to deliver tonight. Looks like these cars are getting around the track pretty fast. You see already as this track is getting ready to roll out. Open setups. No tire changes in the pits. Going to be a lot of fun as we get ready to jump right into the B main. As we'll take looks like about 5 or 6 drivers, maybe a few more, and race. Looks like a couple of drivers maybe going home. So, going to have a little bit of drama here early on. Practice is over, and so we're going to get ready to get this thing kicked off and do a little bit of qualifying, see where these guys end up. And we'll watch some of this, and we'll actually have the tower up as we get ready and watch these guys lay down a lap. Top 15 going to be locked into the race. Everybody else is going to have to race their way in. As we watch Alex Veith here in the 42 machine, gonna head out there on the track. Rushville, Illinois, takes the green flag. Let's see what he can do out there. Oh, and he gets a little bit loose. A 4-wheel slide. That's good to see. I like to see it. I don't want to see him driving around here too comfortable, so already having trouble. Go check out Jason Warren as he's on track in that 32 SBM car. Already taking the top spot, comes by for his second lap, and looks like, let's see if he improves on it. Looks like his first lap is going to be his quickest, and so far it is very, very quick, 0.2 faster, but we still got a lot of guys left to qualify. Let's see, AJ Rogers on track. We see that number 17 Dixie Products, a guy that I'm not too aware of, but he takes his machine up to 3rd place. You see Mike Hasty in the 72. Finds his way up into the 2nd spot as we've got a lot of guys on track. Jason Lottridge in the pitbox.io 48 machine completes his lap. Quite a few guys who have yet to qualify that be interested to see. We've got Donald Clark, who was really fast in practice. He is on track now in that number 18 machine. Let's see if he's got what it takes to knock Jason Warren off the top spot. See him really working that middle line, the high line, keeping that momentum up. That lap not quite good enough. Let's see if the second one, he's running just a little bit lower, so definitely trying to get that run off the corner, throwing that first lap away. Let's see what he can do here. And to the top of the board, man. Wow, that is 2/100ths of a second quicker as he takes the top spot. And last person who has yet to turn a lap looks like Charlie Gates. Let's see if he's got anything for these top drivers up here. Donald Clark, Jason Warren, Mike Hasty, AJ Rogers. goes down into turn 4 or 3 and 4. Getting a little bit high off that corner. See where he ends up. And doesn't look like he was able to improve on that lap. So Charlie Gates down in the 14th position. So we're going to have some guys but clearly in the feature, so that's a good thing. So everybody else down here at the bottom going to be fighting their way into this show. As let's talk to some people. I want to hear from some of these drivers, and we'll see who's feeling good about tonight, who's a little bit nervous, and who's ready to get this season underway. Let's talk to Charles Stevens Jr. Charles Zeddy in the booth. You got me?
I got you, man.
Well, hey, man, how you feeling about tonight? You're starting 13th, so that puts you in the feature. How you feeling about tonight? How's that car feeling?
Not very good. I just bought this track right before I came in here and only ran probably 15 or 20 laps in practice. So just going to hold on and just go for the ride, and hopefully I can finish pretty decent.
Well, you ran a little bit last season. How you think you're going to take the whole schedule this time and try to run for the championship?
I am. I'm gonna run this whole season and see if I could run for the championship here. So hopefully,
Awesome.
wish for the luck.
Hell yeah, man. Well, hey, look, good to talk to you, man. Glad to see you, and good luck tonight. Hopefully, we'll be talking to you at the end of the race.
I appreciate it, Eddie. Thanks, man.
There you go, Charles Stevens down there in the 13th position in that number 88 machine. So we'll see what we. Man, I love it when it just automatically does stuff for me. But there's your qualifying order there. As you see, Donald Clark able to hold on to that pole spot as we are gridding up for this little B main here. Ray Page from Full Send Racing going to start this one up front. Outside the front row is Jason Lottridge. Michael Cook starting third. Tyler Rice starting fourth. Alex Veith starting fifth. Phil Hitman Monzo starting sixth. Gene Watkinson from Mean Gene Racing starting seventh. And Aaron Johnson shows him, but I'm not sure if he's going to be racing or not. But we'll see. Sometimes he races, sometimes he doesn't. So we'll see what he decides to do. As I think they're gridding up now. And there they are. So we're going to get this thing underway. 5 drivers are going to pass, so that means 3 drivers are going to go home as Aaron Johnson is on the track, so good to see. I would expect to see him make it in with little to no issue. Aaron, extremely fast driver, kind of hanging out in the back, so I'm not sure what's going on with that 21 machine. Maybe just trying to stay out of the mess, who knows. But right now it's all about Ray Page and Jason Lottridge as we come take the 1 to green and get this thing rolling. Let's go ahead and get that ticker up the top so we don't miss nothing. All the action on here tonight. We'll get our logos up and definitely want to talk about our sponsors in the series. Of course, Shappy Edits, Kai Shepard sponsoring the Tour Mod, and then of course Big Frig is sponsoring the series as a whole. So definitely glad to have Big Frig. As you see that 41 machine with the Big Frig sponsorship starting on the front row. It's a good way to start off a sponsorship with a group. Have them right there on the front row. So Ray Page is going to try to represent tonight as he leads this field down and gets a good start here. Able to clear Jason Lottridge going down in the first turn. Let's see if he can hold off these drivers trying to make it in. So this definitely going to be disappointed for a couple drivers. Oh, we got a couple drivers already around. If Alex Veith going around, getting into it with, looks like Gene Watkinson, who was involved in that as well, along with maybe Phil Hitman Monzo, but caution already on lap 1 as we kind of saw it off the screen there. Let's go back and see. Oh, Mean Gene just drives down to the corner, gets a little bit of that bumper of Alex Veith that sends him almost into pit road, but doesn't look like it was too much damage, so it doesn't look like Alex will suffer that much. So hopefully he'll be able to get caught back up and get back through the field. 20 laps here. Hopefully we'll be able to get through this pretty quick. You see Phil Hitman Monzo there in 6th place. You know, I just, man, I love watching short track racing. Just a blast to watch. These guys already driving really, really hard, and already in the first race, got some drivers going home. The main feature only allows for 20 drivers, so 15 qualify in, and then the next 5 spots are going to be determined by this race. So if you're Ray Page, Jason Lotcher, you got to feel pretty good, as everybody's got to go through you. You just don't want to get into it with each other. You know, winning a B main is a big deal. I mean, gosh, it feels good to win anything. And you win a sticker at school, it feels pretty good. So winning a B main does feel good, but it's not worth taking yourself out of the feature to do it. It'd be the difference in starting 15th or 16th. So let's see what they do. Ray Page is going to have control, and he takes it full advantage of that. Gets a nice little run here as we check out the back half of the field and what they're doing. Tyler Rice trying to work that high side. Be interested to see if it works. Aaron Johnson showing little to no effort to get that 21 machine around the 6. As he is going forward. Gets a big run on the 189 of Michael Cook, who's going to send it down into the top side. And, ooh, they're going to get real close as Michael Cook not interested in just letting somebody by. But Aaron able to make that pass. Looks to set his sights here on Jason Lottridge. Oh, no, and Ray Page goes around. Ray Page sitting sideways on the track. Caution is out, though. That's a big break for him. I didn't think the caution was going to come out. But the 41 just spins out. Maybe that Big Frit cooler keeping those tires a little bit too cold, not able to. Oh, Mean Gene is sitting stuck in the wall. So Ray probably forgot to take his tires out of that Big Frit cooler, and they are staying ice cold. That's one thing about Big Frit coolers is they keep things cold for a long time. So let's go check out those cold tires, see what happened to Ray Page as he sees Aaron Johnson coming, fighting with Jason Lotcher. Just goes in the corner. He already sees a little bit out of shape and just scoots on around. The field drives by. He's able to get it stopped and get that thing rolling. The caution comes out. So a couple spins early, but nothing too outrageous. Seems like everybody's going to be okay as looks like Gene is going down pit road. They do have one faster pair, so not really sure. They don't have any tires, so I don't know if he's filling up with gas or if he's smoking a cigarette, maybe getting a thing of ice cream. Like he may have filled up with gas. Maybe he got some damage repair. Who knows? About 14 seconds on pit road, but can't change any tires, so definitely didn't get any of those. But right now, Jason Lottridge out front here. Turn these engine sounds up just a tad bit so we can hear these guys as they run. Look back on the field from the 48 machine of Jason Lodgers, who will have control of this race. Aaron Johnson looks really, really strong behind him, so not sure if he'll be able to hold him off, but only 9 laps to go. Have a couple cautions, maybe be able to pull off this win, which would be pretty awesome. Like I said, though, Ray Page, though, we talked about it. Didn't want to take yourself out of it. And that's exactly what happened. He ends up spinning, so he's got some work to do. Not too much. He only has to get 2 spots there as Phil Hitman Monzo sitting in the transfer position. So doesn't have to go and win the race, just needs to pass a couple cars. So right now, Alex Veith showing to be sitting in your, just depends on where they line up. Looks like it's Phil that's in that spot. So going to be a nice little battle here. We'll kind of keep an eye on that. So we only have 8 laps to go. What's going on, Brandon Wallace, Kevin Kinder? How y'all doing tonight? Jason Lotcher's going to get a huge jump field. Not able to get a good start there. Going to lose 5th to Alex Veith, who's now in the transfer spot, as he's got to move forward. Because Ray Page is going to be coming. Ray Page is going to look, and he's going to dive around the outside, try to make that outside work on that 44 machine. He's going to get a run on Phil right here. Phil going to try to defend maybe just a little bit, and not quite able to make it. Ray needs to get this pass done and set his sights on Alex Veith, who has started to pull away a little bit as we got a battle for the lead. Aaron Johnson peeking to the inside. Jason Lotchers, though, shutting the door, saying, nope, this is mine. 5 laps to go to settle this one, see who's going to transfer into the main race, which I tell you what, I just can't wait. Aaron Johnson driving the heck out of it. I'll tell you what, look, Jason Lotchers, at the end of last season, man, I'll tell you what, really strong in some of these races. Definitely started picking up a few setup tips. Open setup is his bag anyway. So he has actually shown a lot of speed at the end of last season. So be looking out this season for Jason Lotchers to make some noise, I think. We go back to the transfer spot. Ray Page within 3/10 of Alex Veith. This is a big battle right here. It looks like Aaron Johnson going to take another peek here at Jason Lotchers, but as long as they don't oh my goodness, and they get together, Aaron Johnson going to go up the track. Let's watch right here. Is this the battle right here? Alex Veith, Ray Page. Ray Page sending in there. You see those brakes glowing as he is hard on the brakes trying to get to him. White flag is out, though, for Jason Lotchers. Going to try to hold off Aaron Johnson, who definitely seems like he's a good bit faster. And he gives him the bumper, and Jason Lotchers is going to go around on the last lap. And that's going to give the transfer spot to Ray Page. Oh, my goodness. That is ooh, I didn't expect that. Let's go back and check that out. But Aaron Johnson does take home the win there. As you see, coming to the white flag, he defends the bottom there. Aaron going to go up the track and try to get a run off the bottom, and Lotchers tries to hold him down, and Aaron had a big head of steam there, and they get together. So unfortunately, not going to make it into the race. Ooh, that's a tough deal right there. You hate to see that. We've got 2 minutes to warm up, as these guys are going to get a couple minutes to get up there. Last minute changes to the setup. Get a little bit of last minute feel of these cars and get ready to do 125 laps in New Smyrna. And you already see it's getting a little hot and bothered. Yeah, some guys gonna have ball bearings in their hands going down the pit road. I'd be getting out on track quick if I was Aaron Johnson. What's going on, Ratchet Miller? Man, it's always good to see y'all in chat. As I was going to do something dirty and pull in Jason Lotchers into chat, but I can't see him in Discord. So he may have bounced after that, which I can't blame him. Probably would have done the same thing. So I can't pull him up here and talk to him, so that's probably a good thing. All right, about 9 seconds, so we're going to jump into the grid and get this race going, man. I'm excited. I cannot wait. A lot of these guys race over in Original Rebels, so I see them quite a bit, but there's some drivers in here very rarely get to see other than this race, so glad to see some of these guys back out on the track. But let's go ahead and get this grid up on the screen, and let's talk about it. Donald Clark, we already talked about it, on pole. Jason Warren outside the front row. Mike Hasty starting third, last season champion. A.J. Rogers starting fourth. Mike Steffen starting fifth. Frank Barbary starting sixth. Garrett Kinder starting seventh. Starting eighth, Brandon Meir. I hope I got that right. I'll get that corrected if it's not wrong. Logan Surgeon starting ninth. Sam Wetstein starting 10th. George Fernandez starting 11th. Josh Oswald starting 12th. Starting 13th, Charles Stevens Jr. Starting 14th, Charles Gates Jr. Starting 15th, William Griffith. Starting 16th, Aaron Johnson, the B-Main winner. Starting 17th, Tyler Rice. Starting 18th, Michael Cook. Starting 19th, Alex Veith. Starting 20th, Ray Page was able to make it in there in that Big Frig 41 machine. But we are getting the grid rolling. They're pulling out on track now. You see them coming off pit road. And boy, we are ready to get racing in the Thunderstruck Super Series Tour Mod Division. Open setups, no sets of tires. So these guys going to see some different driving styles, maybe some separation. You know, setup's going to be important here. Who's got the best setup? But you got to do it all on one set of tires. So there's going to be a little bit of managing. You got to manage your tires. You got to make sure that you don't push too hard. You got to save a little bit to the end. You don't know when a poorly timed caution is going to come out. So it's just it's a balancing act of staying out of trouble, you know, pushing, trying to maintain track position, but also maintaining those tires. Make sure they're at the end. So a full 20-car field tonight. I believe it's going to be a mess, and I'm down for it. I cannot wait. Pace car pulling off here. Donald Clark going to lead us to the green flag. And green flag is out. Tour Mod Division Thunderstruck Super Series is green. Donald Clark already out to a really good start. And see the whole field able to get through turn 1 and 2 pretty clean as we got a battle up here for the lead. We got a battle for second. We got a battle all the way back here in this middle pack. It's going to be wild. We've got side-by-side racing back here between the 26 of Logan Surgeon and Sam Swetstein. Logan Surgeon going to jump back in line. Ooh, give a little tap there to the 33 of Brandon Meir. And, ooh, Logan gets a little bit loose. And, oh, my goodness, it's a big wreck back here. Everything starts to clog up as it looks like Logan Surgeon got a little bit loose. And, man, we've got a parking lot back here. It's William Griffith involved, Charlie Gates Jr., Alex Veith, Charles Stevens Jr. involved as well. And Logan Surgeon sitting sideways on the track. And I believe it all started with Logan. So let's go back and see exactly what happened. Just missed it. It looks like Logan just gets a little bit loose, so he gets down on the apron after he bumps the 33. He's loose, gets back on the apron. When he comes back, it's just out of shape, and then the 49 gets bumped from behind, and then it's just all a mess after that. So just sort of an accordion effect that kind of started all that, and at these short tracks, once you get a couple cars sideways, it is mayhem. Let's go back and look at that really quick. There's somebody, I don't know who that was, flipping. That's Charlie Gates Jr. Let's go on board with him as we go back and see what that ride looks like. If you're drinking beer, better put it down. That'll make you sick. So already, before lap 5, we got a big old wreck. So quite a few people. We do have one fast repair, so these guys, if they get terminal damage, they're able to come down pit road and get one fast repair. So these guys in these early incidents able to get down and either get damage fixed or get a fast repair and get that car like it's brand new. The only problem is that you only get one. So you want to save it, for the last possible opportunity. So if you get in a late race crash, you can get that fixed up. You definitely don't want to be using it with 120 laps to go. But so far, Donald Clark still out front. Logan Surgeon going to the back, a lap down. Him and the 12 car there of William Griffith will be fighting for that lucky dog spot, as those are the two drivers a lap down right now. And we do get the 1 to green, so we will get ready to get this thing back rolling. Like I said early on, I don't think if we go have a long green flag run, I'd be surprised, as these guys have been chomping at the bit to get back on the track. So there's going to be a little bit of bugs to work out, a little rust to knock off. Donald Clark with a great start. Jason Warren, though, with a pretty decent one as well. So Donald's going to get out to a little bit of a lead, but nothing that can't be overcome as they get pretty clear. Down here, you see Sam Wetstein on the inside of Josh Oswald. Josh Oswald with a great championship battle last season. Didn't qualify particularly well here, so he's got a lot of work to do. As he's working that outside, and got Aaron Johnson behind him. The outside seems like it's got a little bit of speed, just depending on how hard you're willing to run, how much you trust the Kyle the inside. As Josh jumps down to the bottom lane as he looks forward to the 13 machine. As they get sort of single file out here. Check up the lead. The top two running tick for tack on lap time, starting to pull the gap a little bit on Mike Hasty. Now, if I know, what I love about being the broadcaster for another season, 2 in a row, season 2 of Rebel Racing Network, is I know these drivers a little bit. Some of these I won't know, but I know a couple of them. Mike Hasty, I know him. He definitely had a rough end of the year, almost lost the championship. Just from a really bad string of races. But if I know him like I do, he's really, really good at being there at the end most of the time. So I can definitely see him falling back just a little bit, but he'll find his way back up towards the front. He is sneaky fast. So Rockin' Nation definitely has a solid entry in that 72. And then right behind him, Mike Steffen. Mike Steffen just so close, always fast. Just need a little bit more to get up there and start challenging for wins. Not really sure what that is, but there's no doubt he always has the speed. We check out front. Jason Warren starting to eat into that lead a little bit. No doubt this is Jason Warren in his element. Definitely seeing the rotation in the middle for Jason Warren being exceptionally well. He's driving down in the middle, and you see just right there, he just seems to gain just a little bit. Normally you lose a little bit there. They're driving in just about the same. It's easier for the second driver just because he's sort of got a guide there, is that the lead car is kind of showing the way as far as the braking points. So you know you can at least brake the same amount, same position he braked at. So see Donald Clark starting to try to scoot away a little bit. These two definitely in their own zip code. But A.J. Rogers, though, running similar lap times, but a couple seconds back, having to fight behind Mike Hasty, was able to get around him and pull away. Not too far behind the lap times of these guys. You see William Griffith moving over for the leaders as he goes another lap down. So that puts Logan Surgeon solely in that lucky dog spot. Oh, and right behind him, Charles Stevens Jr. gets into the wall. That 88. Good looking paint scheme. Running a little bit out of the groove. That's going to put him in danger zone as you come off the corner, as does not want to turn. Check in through this field. We've got a big old group of cars. It seems like it really hasn't changed positions that much. Aaron Johnson, about the one of the Aaron Johnson, Ray Page, two of drivers have been able to actually move up through the field. As we've seen Garrett Kinder be kind of behind Brandon and Josh right behind him. So even though it's open setup, seems like these guys are very, very even. This is some great racing here at New Smyrna. Trying to use a little pick is the 29 of Frank Barbary. Kind of checks up a little bit, but 13 really struggling there off the bottom, off the low side to make a pass. Seems like the way we saw Aaron Johnson do it was to get a run through the middle of the corner and get that run off the corner, and that's where you make your pass on the straightaway. Just try to make it right off the corner. Exit makes it a little bit difficult. But some good green flag racing here. As we check, is Aaron Johnson has gotten up to the back end of the top 5, starting to make his way up to the front. Aaron Johnson, for sure, belongs at the front of this pack, but elected to start in the B main, have to drive his way up through the field. Actually got into the back of the 48 machine. Go to the outside, try to get a run here on the straightaway. Not able to do it though. Tires just didn't bite like he was hoping, as they're gonna go by the 12 of William Griffith. Griff involved in that lap 4 crash. Not sure if he elected not to use his fast repair. Maybe he just missed the setup. Not hard to say, but he is definitely struggling now, as he is well off the pace. Stefan doing a great job of holding off Aaron, who seems to be clearly faster, but not able to make the pass. It's easy to be fast. It's hard to pass. So check up the leader. Jason Warren not letting Donald Clark get away. We know we had Donald Clark in a couple races last season along with Jason Warren. They didn't show up to every race, but when they did, it was much like this right here. I believe these guys are teammates. I can't keep up with all of Jason Warren's teammates, these short track guys who are really excellent. Think of A.J. Allmendinger, Boris said, guys like road course ringers. Well, these guys, you put them on a short track, they bring the hurt. You have to work a little bit around these lap cars, so it's hard to say with them being teammates just how much pressure Jason's willing to put on his teammates. They're really starting to stretch the field a little bit. I'll tell you what, I really like that 18 car. That 18 looks really fantastic. Can't imagine these are really fun to paint. Not a lot of space to work with. Check in on this battle between Mike and Aaron. Aaron's still trying to get around him. As caution's out, Ray Page has crashed apparently. He is sitting there. Him and William Griffith. Oh, and they touch tips. As the field is driving by. It seems to be a little standoff here. Oh, Charlie Gates barely making it through there. Let's go look at the Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind and see what happened to these two drivers, William Griffith and Ray Page, involved. Griffith's looking a little bit loose right there, and the weight just out of shape. And then, Ray Page just gets a little bit loose with the 12 sitting on the track trying to avoid him. So, under caution for the third time on lap 41 of 125 here in the Thunderstruck Super Series Tour Mods. Fueled by Shappy Edits, and Thunderstruck is now cooled by Big Frig. Well, it's a good chance for some guys who have gotten a little bit behind. It'll catch the field back up where these two up front have really pulled away from the pack. Get everybody back stacked up. We'll see who was holding back, who was able to save a little bit, but it'll let these tires cool off. So if you've been pushing the last couple laps, maybe gotten the right front a little mad at you, maybe the right rear, if you're Garrett Kinder, let those cool off. Lights are off on the pace car. We're getting ready to go back green quickly. That's what I like to see. Jason Warren tries to get a nice little jump there. Has to back off a little bit, checks up that outside line a little bit, and that opens the door for A.J. Rogers. We'll see what he's got as he was able to get up around Mike Casey. Let's see if the 17 has anything for these top two as we go back. Oh, my goodness. And Frank Barbary, the 17 of Josh Oswald, Tyler Rice, William Griffith. Oh, my goodness, a big wreck here on this restart as fortunately, Frank Barbary upside down, going to have to tow. Let's go back and see what happened. Good grief. We barely even got started. Started here with the 29. Not sure what happened. Drives into the corner in the middle of the track. Oh, and just gets loose. Goes right up into the 17. The 17, unfortunately, nowhere to go. Yeah, started to get a little bit loose and just overcorrected. And fortunately for Josh Oswald, he's sitting up there, and he was like a pinball here. And Frank ends up upside down. Let's go back and watch that from Frank's point of view. That was pretty wild. Definitely tell he was loose on that prior corner in the middle. Man, just that quick. So much like your normal short track racing, it can be messy, especially as you get a bunch of restarts. Cautions breed cautions. The old the old saying. So as you start to pack these guys back together, guys start trying to make these positions up pretty quickly. You know, you had one guy in front of you that you could reasonably get in a quick amount of time, and you get to these restarts where you have 2 or 3 guys, maybe a couple spots you can grab early. Makes you drive just a little bit more aggressive. Interested to see what AJ Rogers is going to be able to do here. Being able to clock laps just as fast as the front two, so I want to see if he can get up here and battle these guys for a lead. Maybe get this win. Getting ready to go back green though. We'll watch as this 32, the last couple of restarts, has tried to jump the start maybe a little bit to be side by side with the 18. A couple times hasn't been able to time it exactly right. This time very close. Front two able to get out together. And a nice three-way battle here is Aaron Johnson really pushing that 21 car. You can definitely see how out of shape he gets through the corner. As you can definitely tell how hard he's, you see, he comes off the corner sideways. We have made it clean so far. I shouldn't have said that though, as Aaron looks like he's going to be able to clear Mike Casey, see if Mike can make a go at him here. Doesn't look like so. Aaron Johnson up to 4th place. That's 12 spots from where he started. So definitely either had a bad qualifying effort, hit the wall, something spun out, but it's recovered nicely. But may have a little bit of work to do as you get up here to these top 3. It's not going to be easy, but I believe that they are all on the same team, so I'm not real sure. Don't want to misspeak. I know the top 2 definitely are. Aaron Johnson, I believe, is as well. So usually if I don't know their name, they're part of SPM. That's basically how it goes around here. So if you're not, and I say you are, apologize. Just let me know. But until then, if you're up here at the front, I'm going to assume you're part of SPM. It's clearly marked on the 18 and 32. I don't see it on the other 2, but I'm pretty sure they are. Let's go back here and watch some of the battles. As Garrett Kinder gotten to the back end of Mike Steffen. So back where he stayed, dropped a couple spots from the start of the race, but has gotten back up into that 17th place. As you see Alex Vieth here, slow. Not real sure what's going on with the 42 machine. But yeah, Garrett Kinder trying to make his way forward. Car looks pretty fast. Looks like he's having to do a little bit extra in the corner. He's driving in deep, letting the car wash up a little bit, and then driving off the corner low. Seems a little bit more aggressive with others are doing, but we saw Aaron Johnson do that to try to make passes, so he just maybe trying to set up a pass here. Is Mike Steffen looking down the inside of Mike Hasty. Those 2 are teammates, so I would imagine that Hasty will try to, oh my goodness, get a little bit sketchy there as it opened the door for Garrett Kinder. He might be able to get those 2 spots. Let's see how hard Steffen's going to fight. He's going to fight really hard. Garrett Kinder just not able to go. Wheel-to-wheel action here at Thunderstruck. That's why I love it. You can definitely tell Kinder's setup just does not work off the bottom as he's trying to come off the corner. Just does not have the ability to get enough run. So Kinder saw an opening there, trying to get that pass, just not able to do it, man. This seems like his car is just not working off the bottom of the corner, which may be why he's driving so hard off the top to the bottom, get a run down the straightaway. But a fantastic battle here. But speaking of battle, let's go up front as they are starting to lap the field a little bit. Logan Surgeon goes a lap down, and they're getting up to the back end of the 42. And lap cars are always interesting, especially here at a short track, because they don't, you know, the assumption is you're going to move over out of the way, and most of these guys will. But, man, if you feel like you're fast, oh, Garrett Kinder spun. Mike Hasty. Looks like I can't see who that is around. Garrett Kinder having a hard time getting this car straightened back up. We were watching a battle for the lead. Let's go back and see what happened. Looks like Garrett Kinder and Mike Hasty battling for position there. Let's see what happened to the 13 and the 72. Oh, no, Mike Hasty, last season's champion, gets into the wall, climbs the wall, and Garrett Kinder with nowhere to go. So if you're a Garrett Kinder fan, that you hate to see that, as Kinder trying to get a run on him. 72 just pushes off the corner a little bit and just clobbers that wall. A little bit of net code there. But 33 of Brandon Meyer gets a little bit of that as well. So 13 to go in, get a fast repair. He'll come out. He'll still be in 11th place. Definitely not what he was looking for, but all is not lost, as he will be able to move back up in the top 10. So he'll have to make up those 3 spots he had already made up. But his car seems fast enough, and we're only halfway now. So at this point, all you can do is be patient and take what you can get. You can't really push it too hard. So he'll be able to kind of let it calm down a little bit and get back up to the field. He definitely was fast enough. But there definitely seems to be a couple groups of cars as we get through this race. We're about halfway. So obviously Donald Clark, Jason Warren have been the top 2, but AJ Rogers, Aaron Johnson, definitely belong in that same category. Then you drop back a little bit to Mike Steffen, Garrett Kinder, Mike Hasty seem to be another group of cars that are really battling out. George Fernandez, and then you have Ray Page right behind them. So there seems to be a couple groups of cars as far as speed goes. So we'll see if that is a couple guys in chat have said that a couple guys are saving tires. So we'll see how that is going to play out here as we get towards the back half of the race. We got a new name in chat, Cody Kinder. I don't know who that is. Cody, who are you? Another one of the Kinder bunch, but tell you what, I'm pretty fond of all the Kinder bunch, so more the merrier, I say. But pace car getting ready to peel off, and he does. Let's see what Donald Clark able to do here. Jason Warren with actually a really good start, actually going to beat him to the line. Don't know if that's going to be a penalty or not. We'll have to see. We'll watch that 32 and see if that sticks. It was pretty dang close. But a really good jump on the restart with 32. Yeah, I don't know how they would rule that. If I race in black flags, I don't know if you would clear it if you give the spot back. So we'll see what they decide to do. It looks like he's still on track, so no penalty. It was pretty close. And the way I believe iRacing does it, and somebody will correct me if I'm wrong, is I believe when the green flag comes out, you have to be behind the driver. It's not necessarily the start-finish line. So if the green comes out and Jason was behind him, and then they get to the start-finish line, Jason's in front, it shouldn't be a penalty. I believe that's how iRacing does it. As we're under caution again, as looks like Garrett Kinder crashes again. On the high side here, and just makes a little contact there, trying to get all you can get. Drove in the corner, was trying to get around the 189 of Michael Cook there in that green car. So he gets off the corner, just not able to get a run. It's just on there on the bottom. So he has a really bad entry, but that leaves the door open for the 33. He scoots up in there, and I'm not sure, maybe the 13 maybe didn't know he had scooted up in there or just trying to make a tight exit to get the run. But he does go around again. So going from bad to worse here for the 13. Under our, what I believe to be 4th and 5th caution at this point. Donald Clark been out front all race long. Nobody's really been able to mount any kind of challenge other than that last restart where Jason was able to get a pretty good restart, but see if he can do that again. Talking about folks that are moving up through the field, just taking advantage of guys having trouble. Michael Cook started 18th. It was in that B main, but he is running in 8th. So he is having a great run. Been around the wrecks, been able to avoid them for the most part. So Michael Cook really showing a lot of patience. But, man, Ray Page, that big frig 41, we've already seen him spinning out. He was touching tips with William Griffith. And in that B main, he was out. He was out of the race until the last lap when Jason Lauters got spun in the lead, and that allowed him to get in the field. And he is up here in the top 5, man. So Ray Page having a damn good run. All right there, double file getting ready to get rolling. I can't imagine it's going to calm down anytime soon as these laps tick away, getting down to about 50 laps to go, just under that 48. And Donald Clark just takes off there on that restart. He gets a huge gap. Oh, my goodness, and Aaron Johnson and A.J. Rogers get together. And Aaron Johnson was flipping down the front straightaway. My goodness. You see the restart Donald Clark got, and these two seem to be, oh my goodness, he just kind of comes down on the right rear, and that was really net code. We'll go back and kind of watch that really slowly. As you see the 12 coming down off the wall a little bit, and you see the contact, looked like they would have made contact anyway, but you definitely saw the 965. Looks like car says 17, but he's a 965 on here, and I don't think he thought the 12 was going to be down off the wall that much. And they make some contact, and the 12 just gets the worst end of it. So Aaron will have to come in, get that fast repair, and he does. So he has driven all the way up to the front. He's got to do it all over again. Yeah, we got a George Fernandez fan in chat tonight. The 49 Dunkin' Donuts Roca Nation car. He is having a good race as well. Started 11th up to 6th. Having him a fantastic race. All right, well, let's get ready to go back green here. The pace car is going to jump off. Let's see. Donald Clark doesn't waste any time, gets a huge jump. Leaves the door open a little bit for that 17 or 965. We'll have to get on to him about the numbers. But, man, we got a cluster back here as we got guys trying to make their way back to the front. The 189 inside of George Fernandez. George going to hold on, trying to hold on to it, but George is going to go around as Michael Cook gives the 49 the bumper there and sends the 49 spinning. And, unfortunately, the 33 of Brandon Meyer has been able to avoid a lot of things. In some trouble here in the last little bit. Let's go back and check that again. See what happened. The 189 was looking there to the bottom. Doesn't look intentional. Looks like not quite there. The thought maybe he would take that position. I don't think George knew he was going to send it in there like that. And then the 189 gets up on the apron, trying to get that car straightened back up, gets into the 49. Doesn't look intentional, but poor Brandon there in the 33, that orange car, just innocent bystander in that. So it's getting messy quick. Well, if you're a George Fernandez fan, he is still running 11th, and his car is not hurt too bad, and it doesn't look like we're going to clean up anytime soon. So if you are a George fan, keep your head up. He's still in a really good spot, and I think there's probably be some more wrecks happening in front of him. He could just dodge them, keep his nose clean. He'll be back up there where he was. So. These guys are itching to get back racing. Had a little string of yellow flags here that's made it tough to really get in a groove, especially if you feel like you're faster. If you some of those guys have got in trouble who were pretty quick running up near the front, you got the guys in front of you, think, man, I'm definitely faster than them. But if these cautions keep coming out, ticking these laps away, you don't really have an opportunity to get up through the field. So it can get kind of frustrating. Guys start making moves they wouldn't normally make, dive bombs, that type of stuff's going to pick up. These guys know that there's going to be cautions after cautions. You got to get those spots whenever you can get them. Hopefully it goes green to the end, but man, I can't imagine it. So, but it's going to be fun. But all eyes are up front right now as we see who can. We've had some players join the battle. Some lose it is wow. That time, Jason Warren tried to time it, and Donald Clark kind of snookered him a little bit. So Jason has to check up as he was well ahead of the leader, and that opens the door for A.J. Rogers going to get on the inside of that 32 machine. So pretty fun little battle there as those guys playing a little bit of restart games. And that time, Donald Clark able to win. It's really hard for that second place driver to ever win the restart battle. The leader just has so much power. Oh no, Ray Page gets, oh my goodness. And we're wrecking again. And Kinder, the 13 machine, around. I thought he had missed the wreck. It goes around. And that 41 machine is definitely damaged. That left front tire off of the ground. That won't do. It ain't dirt. This ain't dirt. All right, let's go back and see what happened. I really didn't say I saw Ray Page get a little bit of contact there. Let's see if we can go back and see what happened. That was kind of a wild one. 41. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Maybe, I don't know. He didn't look that bad out of shape. He got a little bit loose, but go on board, see what that wheel looks like. Got it pretty cranked. He comes off the corner. See that car overcorrect, and he's trying to get it back, and then just the contact is there, and he goes around. Let's see what happened to Garrett Kinder. Is he lucky had missed the wreck? Watch him from his point of view as the cars are going all over the place. He does get into the back of the 72 and then just gets clipped on the left front from Aaron Johnson and then clipped as Logan Surgeon's flying through. 13 not having a good night, I tell you. Well, I'm definitely pandering to chat just a little bit, but hey, if the people want to see it, I'm gonna show it. But the 49 machine of George Fernandez back up to 6th place, being able to dodge those wrecks. Like I said, keep his car clean, and there he is, back up right outside the top 5. And that's what you got to do. All right, here we go. Donald Clark with another good restart. AJ Rogers trying to hold on to that 2nd place that Jason Warren has had all race long. See if anybody has anything for Donald Clark, who has really just controlled this race from start to finish. But you can lead 124 laps, doesn't matter. Got to lead the last one. Got a few battles on the track. These two are for position between Michael Cook and Brandon Meyer. The two behind them, George Fernandez, and that's Aaron Johnson, who is a lap down. He's the first car on the lap down, first car at lap down. So not for position, but nice little battle up here. He's actually running down these two that are battling side by side. Really good. And Logan Surgeon goes into the wall. And he is spinning down the back straightaway, and that's going to bring caution out again. Just for good measure, going to go down and hit the inside wall and then call it a day, it looks like. So first race of the season, like I said, you got guys who very rarely race against each other. Some of these guys raced a couple races last season. You got some names like Mike Steffen, George Fernandez, Ray Page, Josh Oswald, Sam Wetstein, William Griffith, Mike Hasty, Garrett Kinder, Charlie Gates Jr., Alex Veed. These guys, Tyler Rice, raced pretty much every week. And then you've got the other guys who come in from time to time. So you're racing a lot of people that you don't know. It feels like an official race sometimes where you don't know how these guys are going to race, don't know what to expect out of them. But Denny Hamlin said that's short track racing. We have seen some really good battles. Just here towards the end, it's always going to pick up. His guys are just pushing forward, going to keep the pedal down. They're not going to lift anymore. If you make a mistake, and that guy's right on your bumper, he's not giving you any grace. So you make a mistake, somebody's on you, you're probably going to end up pointing the wrong way. A little push bar on the front is going to get some work in. Aaron Johnson was your lucky dog, so he is going to be on the lead lap now. So 9 cars on the lead lap. 10th on back, all a lap down or multiple laps down. There's a lot of interesting battles. A lot of really fast cars, laps down, stuck on the pit. Mike Hasty, last season champion, out of this one. So not a good start to the season for him. But this battle up front, want to see if it materializes. You see these guys really playing nice. Want to see what comes of this. We get down towards the end of this one with only 19 laps to go. Pace car pulls off, green flag is out. Donald Clark getting a great jump. But 17, the 965 of AJ Rogers does as well. Just kind of whiffs on the first turn, though. That's going to open the door a little bit for that 32, but don't look now. Mike Steffen in the 669 right there in 4th place, ready to pounce. We definitely know he's got speed. If these guys can stay pointed the right direction, he might be a player here at the end. We'll have to see, and can't stay the right direction is William Griffith's going to go around. Bring out another caution. The 29 under him, and that was definite net code right there. So, under another caution. As always, want to just keep hammering in. Definitely appreciate Big Frig for coming on board this season. Thunderstruck sponsoring the whole league. Want to thank Kyle Shapper for sponsoring this particular series. Garrett Kinder would say if you need to keep your stuff hot, keep your stuff cold. Big Frig Products got what you need, so definitely check them out. If you see anybody with a Big Frig label on their car, that's the one you can reach out to. And they'll get you connected. Ray Page, Garrett Kinder. Lights should go off on the pace car here as laps are clicking down, and they do not. So we will go around a couple more laps. It's going to bring the lap total down to about 11 laps to go when the green flag comes out. And these guys up front really going to need some laps to work on Donald Clark if they're going to have anything for him. Just not having enough time to really get up there and challenge him for the lead, as the leader gets a significant advantage on a restart. Most of the leagues around here, the front row goes on the green flag on the first initial start. and then all the restarts after the leader gets a choice of when he wants to go. There's no restart zone, no choose cone in this series. You really, as soon as the pace car goes off the track, you can pretty much go whenever you want. So we've seen a little bit of games being played, which are totally fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Of Donald Clark trying to keep guys from jumping the restart. We saw Jason Warren trying to time it quite a few times. So Donald Clark doing a great job of maintaining a little bit of keeping those guys on their toes. This time just takes off, gets a nice advantage here. AJ gonna get right to his bumper there in the middle of turn 1 and 2 though. Let's see what these guys have got. So we are 11 laps to go here in the first season. First race of the season at New Smyrna. 115 laps in the book, 10 more to go to settle this one. It looks like a bunch of SPM guys, are going to settle it. It's AJ Rogers had a great race here. Finds himself in second. See if he can run down Donald Clark. Does he have what it takes? Jason Warren, fastest car on the track, but he's got to get around AJ, which he is going to be extremely tough to pass. Check laps that time by. Donald Clark just a little bit faster. They are pretty much matching lap times at 16.6, just a little bit different in the hundredths, but basically the same lap time. So that 17 gonna have to find something. 32, somebody's gonna have to do something a little bit different to try to track him down. 7 laps to go, coming to 6. They're gonna start clicking off pretty quick. Somebody got to make a mistake, and we're kind of watching this battle up front as it's a 3-way battle for the lead. Anybody got anything for that 18 machine? 32 looking down. Going to run out of time. Got to start working on them soon if you got anything, but that 18 has been extremely strong. 5 laps to go. Takes a little lunge there in the middle of the corner. That hurt him a little bit on exit. Start to see the 18 have a little gap there. Let's see if he can try that again, get a little bit closer. May try to put the bumper to that 18. But it looks like right now AJ is starting to struggle a little bit. As you see that gap start to widen out a little bit more as we are 3 laps to go. See Donald really hard on the brakes, so definitely putting a lot of heat into it. 2 laps to go. 17 inching a little bit closer, just not sure if he's got enough to get it done. Coming off of turn 4, white flag is out for Donald Clark. Does AJ Rogers have anything? 32 going to get to the bumper of the 17. What is going to happen here in turn 4? Is he going to send it? Is he even close enough to do that? He's not, so he's got to watch right behind him. But coming off turn 4, 18, Donald Clark going to win at New Smyrna. First race of the season, gets the first win, and in dominating fashion by leading pretty much every lap. I don't think anybody, I think Jason Warren got a nose out ahead of him. Maybe led one, but if he didn't leave 125, he definitely led all 124. So, congratulations to him. Congratulations to all the top 3. Mike Steffen comes home in 4th, and we'll go ahead and hit the results as we're sitting here watching the 18 do burnouts. Donald Clark, Jason Warren, Mike Hasty, your top 3. AJ Rogers, Mike Steffen, Frank Barbary, Garrett Kinder, Brandon Meyer, Logan Sturgeon, Sam Wetsign, your top 10. George Fernandez finishes in 11th. Josh Oswald, 12th. Charles Stevens, 13th. Charlie Gates, 14th. William Griffin, 15th. Ray Page, 16th. Jason Lottridge, 17th. And Michael Cook, 18th. That's qualifying results. Excuse me. So, Donald Clark, AJ Rogers, Jason Warren, Mike Steffen, Brandon Meyer, Aaron Johnson, able to recover to 6th. Did he really? That was incredible. He started that. He got the wave around, able to come back 9th and come back up to 6th place. Wow, that was really. I'm impressed. I was watching that lead pack, did not notice that. Ray Page with a great run in the Big Frig, who's turned around the wrong way a couple times, finished 7th. George Fernandez, if you're in chat, there you go, 8th place. That's a hell of a run. Josh Oswald finishing 9th. Michael Cook 10th. Sam Wetstein 11th. Frank Barbary 12th. 13th, William Griffith. 14th, disappointed for sure, Reaper Racing. Garrett Kinder. Alex V 15th. Logan Sturgeon 16th. Mike Hasty, definitely not how he wanted to start out his championship defense, but comes home 17th. Charlie Gates Jr. in 18th. And Charles Stevens, Tyler Rice rounding out the field. So let's go ahead and get these drivers in here. Let's talk to these top 3, and we'll start with Jason Warren. Hey, Jason, the standing booth. You got me?
Yeah, what's going on, bud?
Hey, dude. Well, I mean, a pretty good race for you. You were up there battling Donald, trying to figure out how the hell you was going to get in front of him on one of these restarts, and ended up kind of letting AJ through one time and could not get back around him. But y'all were just so dead even that it was just going to take somebody making a mistake. Talk about your race, man, what you were trying to do, and maybe what you needed to get around that 18 machine.
Yeah, basically what you said. We were all basically dead even. So I was going to try to jump a restart. I think I tried a couple of times. One of them was really bad. I had to like slam all my brakes before I got a black flag. That was, other than Donald making a mistake, that was my only hope, was getting the best restart of my life. Me, him, and AJ were literally identical, almost every single lap. A little frustrating. I should have just qualified better. We were so even that whoever qualified on the pole, I mean, the way the cautions came out and everything, probably would have won the race. Regardless, Donald drove a hell of a race. AJ drove great, drove each other clean. It's fun.
Well, let me ask you a question. This track, I mean, we saw a couple different strategies to make passes, but with y'all being so even, how would you make a pass? If without him making a mistake, is there a strategy? Is there a way to do it? It seemed like it was really tough to try to make, the car come off the bottom. What would have been your strategy if you would have gotten close enough to maybe try to make a move at him?
Bump him into the wall. That's literally about when you're so even like that, especially on a track like this, it's so difficult to pass. Even if you get a run or to the inside, you got if you're not all the way to their door, they'll just get a run on the outside and drive off. Very difficult to pass here unless you're significantly quicker than someone. Pouring sweat, drove my ass off. Tried as hard as we could. Probably should have done better on restarts, but hell, I'll take third.
Hey man, I always say if you can't win, at least get an interview, and you did that, man. That's pretty damn good. So a third place, pretty strong run. You're in some tough competition there, so man, it was a lot of fun to watch you try to make those restarts work. I love to see that. I always get so irritated. I'm like, one time I just want to see the outside driver just jump the restart, man. What's the hurt? You gonna finish second? Try to at least win one. And so it's fun to watch y'all play those games and try to get one over on Donald, and so that was a lot of fun to watch. So congratulations on third place. Good way to start the season. Can we expect to see you every week, Jason?
Yeah, I'm gonna run this full schedule. I think a couple other guys that ran last season, they were really, really quick. Like Delshaw and Dante Curtis are going to start running again. It's going to be really, really quick and fun league this season. So we're going to run the whole thing.
Awesome. Well, good to hear that. Well, congratulations on third place tonight. It's a good way to start off. Like I said, who you got to thank? Who you shout out sponsors? Anything like that?
I'd like to thank you for doing the broadcast. You're the best. Thank Big Frig for sponsoring the league. Kai Shepard Edits for sponsoring the league. Oswald for running 85-90% of the league. I thank SPM Superior Performance Motorsports. Kent Hunley for doing the setup. Shock Eye Racing. All the guys. I mean, I know there's probably too many cautions and that, but it's out there anyway. It's a freaking blast. That's about it.
All right, man. Well, there you have it. Jason Warren with a third place finish. Let's bring in AJ Rogers, see what he has to say about the race. If I can find him, there he is. AJ, this is Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Well, AJ, a great race from you, up 2 spots. You qualified fourth, finished second. All three of you two, or three, Donald Clark, you and Jason Warren, y'all were just so even. You were able to get by Jason Warren and get to second place, but man, just came up a little bit short. Maybe some long green flag runs would have helped. We had a lot of cautions, but just talk about your race, what you were trying to do, what your plan was, and did it work out? What did you need maybe to get around the 18 machine?
Probably needed about another 10 laps, but we can always wish we had an extra 10 laps. But I believe I was a little faster than Donald. I mean, he's not going to just make it easy and lay over and let you pass him. So if I'd have got there, it'd have been a battle, and still had a lot of fun with all the guys. A bunch of people showed up and had a good race. It wasn't that caution filled, and look forward to next week.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, tell me about your car tonight. All three of y'all are even. I asked Jason the same thing. I mean, if you get to Donald, how do you make that pass? It just seemed like the car did not want to come off the bottom at all. So how would you have made that pass if you would have gotten to the back bumper of that 18?
Unfortunately, I probably would have had to move him up a track a little bit, and I'm just not going to do that to Donald. But no, the car probably lap 65 or so started really coming into me, where I could dig around the bottom in 3 and 4 and drive in a little different and catch them. So, like I said, if I had another few laps, maybe, but the only way to get around Donald is probably move him, and he's too good of a friend of mine to do that.
Well, there you have it. Well, it was a great race, man. I think you put on a good show. It was fun watching you battle up there. So looking forward to it. Hopefully that you run the whole season. We're definitely looking forward to more
Oh yeah,
drivers
definitely
like
gonna
you.
plan on. Yeah, definitely gonna run the more season, and hopefully some more guys show up. It's a nice field, anyways. So looking forward to it.
All right, man. Well, who you got to thank? You got any sponsors? Shout out family members, anybody watching that you want to shout out?
Ain't nobody watching me, but just all my friends, SPM guys. It's maybe that's what keeps us going, is being able to have our friends on this and enjoy life a little bit outside of the real world, if you want to say it that way. But Dixie Products Company I work with, and that's about it. So thank y'all.
All right, AJ. Congratulations on the second place finish. Great way to start
Thanks, sir.
the season for him. As man, that's a hell of a drive by him. I mean, up here at the front, it was definitely tough to make any kind of passes. So for him to come up two spots from where he started was actually really, really impressive. We had some guys come up through the back of the field, made up a whole lot of spots, but passing up here was definitely a premium. Let's go ahead and talk to Donald Clark and see what he has to say. Donald, this Eddie in the booth, you got me?
I'm with you, Eddie.
Well, Donald, man, it's good to see you. You led pretty much every lap. Really seemed to be hooked up tonight. Tell us about your race. Trying to hold off those guys who I'm assuming your teammates. Definitely strong competition, but you were able to hold them off. Talk about your race, man. How were you able to do it with all the cautions, trying to manage your car? Just let us know, how it went tonight.
I tell you what, man, we had a super good piece tonight. Car was really good. Through the middle part of the race, got a little free getting in, so I just kind of started riding and try to save my tires. But AJ and Jason both were super quick there, on the long run. I just had to protect the bottom, not let them get under me, and it went our way tonight.
Well, we saw on those restarts a couple times Jason Warren not ready to settle for second place, trying to y'all were kind of playing some restart games. I say that in a good way. I don't mean it as a bad thing. But doing some restart games, just playing around with each other, trying to get a little bit of advantage. That seemed to be on track. Y'all were so even that on the restarts really where you had to make up, try to find something a little extra. So Jason was trying a couple things. We saw you change up your restart launches a couple times. Talk a little bit about that as you're racing your teammate. You want to be clean, but he's trying everything he can to get around you and get that win from you.
Yeah, I was just trying to change it up every time we restarted. So there's a couple times I would start at the same spot, and Jason was kind of catching on to it there, and he took the bait pretty hard. He went super early one time, and I didn't throttle up till he hit the brakes, and So yeah, we were playing some games there on the restarts, playing mind games.
That's right. Well, hey, that's what makes it fun. Like I said, I'm glad to have two players in that game because I always say in Jason Warren's position, I'm always like, man, somebody just jump at one time, trying to get the win, man. That's what you want to do. So, but man, congratulations on the win. First race of the season, you get the win. That's a big deal. So showed your strength. Y'all are really strong tonight. Looking forward to seeing y'all the rest of the season. But who you got to thank? Any sponsors, shout outs, teammates, family members that you want to holler out?
Yeah, first and foremost, I got to thank all my teammates, Superior Performance Motorsports over at SBM. Shock Eye, Ken Hunley with Shock Eye Performance. He built this set for us, and he really stepped up tonight. So thank those guys, all the guys on the team. Like I said, Jason and AJ, Aaron Johnson, Josh Oswalt. These guys are super talented, and you're gonna have to come out and be on your A game anytime you race with them. So, yeah, hats off to those guys, the work that they put into this deal. Thank my support group, my wife Crystal and my girls Cheyenne, Belle, and Shaylin, and I know my mother-in-law is out there watching too, Kim. Just thank them for supporting me in what I do, what I love to do here. It's just time to get away from everything else and just enjoy ourselves, enjoy the camaraderie with the guys, and just a fun deal. I got to thank Josh Oswalt too for painting this car, man. He did a sick job on this car, and for y'all putting this broadcast on, man. It's just a fun deal all around for everybody.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations again. Looking forward to talking to you next week. And, man, go celebrate and enjoy it.
Thank you, Eddie.
There you go. Donald Clark, your first winner. Man, great race. Tell you what, it's a lot of fun. A little upset that I like that 18 scheme so much. I seem to always, I see a scheme, I love it, and I look, and I go, man, that's a great scheme. It's always a Josh Oswald special. Must be something about Josh. He puts together some of the best paints. Um, I don't even know they're painted by him, and I'll say I like that car, and of course it's done by Josh. So shout out to him, man. Great paint. That he does a great job at those schemes. Does a great job putting on a great league. He's glad to be back. I'm really excited. Looking forward to this season. Really enjoyed this series, and it put on a hell of a show for the first race. A little bit of cautions, probably some hurt feelings, but you know, sometimes you're the bug, sometimes you're the windshield. So got to give out at least one award, and that's going to be the Big Frig Ice Cold Move of the Race. And I got to give that to Aaron Johnson. I don't have a replay to show it because it's really more of just the whole thing where he starts at the back of the B main, runs, gets his way into the feature, gets a little accident wrecks the leader in the B main, not necessarily on purpose, but gets his way in, drives all the way to the front, gets wrecked, falls, goes a lap down, gets back on lead lap, and finishes in sixth place. So Aaron Johnson is going to win the Big Frig Ice Cold Move of the race. It's going to be sort of a collective moves as he was able to get back into the mix there. So Aaron Johnson going to win that award. So congratulations to him. The first one of the season. Want to thank Big Frig for coming on board. Obviously, Kyle Shepard, Josh Oswald, Aaron Ward, guys who put in work in this series. A lot of fun. And thank all the drivers showing up tonight. Hopefully we can keep these fields all season long. Anytime you're sending guys home, that means you're doing a good thing. Guys want to be here. They're willing to come back. So we will see y'all next week. Thank y'all for watching. Kevin Kinder, Kim Johnson, Ben Armstrong, Crystal Clark, Cody Kinder, Barbecue Fish Knuckle, Ratchet Miller, Adam Black, Haven Breaker, Kevin Kinder. If I didn't say it, Ratchet Miller, I'm going to say them twice. And Brandon Wallace. To everybody that watches, active in the chat, we love that. Love it when the folks that are cheering people on, like George Fernandez, y'all getting out there showing your support, man. When they go back and watch it, it's a big deal. I can tell you from experience. So having those people watching, let them know. That way, if you're in the chat and there's a whole bunch of George Fernandez supporters, if you let me know, I can do a little bit of tried my hardest to show them a little bit extra if it's possible. So definitely stay active in the chat. But I'm Eddie Smith again. This is Rebel Racing Network. We'll be off for a couple nights. We'll be back on Friday night to broadcast the original Rebels ARCA series. We'll be back on Intensity broadcasting on Saturday night for the Syndicate Cup series. And then y'all be looking out for Monday night. We're going to have a Retro Cup qualifying challenge. If you're an Original Rebels, come on out. If you're not, definitely come by to watch. It's for Original Rebels fellas only. Something to celebrate the off season of the 87 series, which we had a great season where Ronnie Clark brings home the championship. So we're going to do something a little fun maybe win a little bit of money. So if you're part of Original Rebels already, come on by, see if you can get that 87 car around the track, stopped in that pit stop, and win you $15. So come on out for that. That'll be broadcast here on Rebel Racing Network. So thank y'all for coming out. Hope y'all enjoyed the show, and we will see y'all next week, 8 o'clock Central, 9 Eastern. And where are we going to be next week? Let's talk about that a little bit. I should probably have that up constantly, but we're at South Boston next week. That'll be a lot of fun. So come on out for that. Should be pretty fun. Well, y'all have a great night. We will see you next week. Thank Big Freak again. Thank Kai Shappy Edits. And we'll see you next week.